Welcome back, everyone. So, just wanted to go through something I noticed. So, just to put a bit of background, so speaking of this, so I've been streaming Valheim on Twitch, and obviously, for anyone not knowing, this is pretty much a Viking game. Or at least that's what I understand it to be, because there is like a lot of Viking stuff. It seems to be in it. And I started to build a house, and if you're like me, you haven't watched pretty much anything on this game, and because I wanted to play this and learn quite literally everything by hand. Um, so that is actually why as you can see, I've made a fair few mistakes with this house, but I just want to go through and explain a bit, pretty much the basics of base building to how I understand them. Now, I might be wrong with some of these things, and just that's what I want everyone to know is I am new to this. I'm very new to this. I've only streamed this like twice, and this is the last bit I streamed. So there's a bit I don't know and I do know. But let's get started with the most important thing you want to do for building any house that I've learnt is flat ground. Now, if you get the hoe, you can raise the ground, as you can see, and what this crash does is put this here. As you can see, you can raise the ground up. You want to have a raised ground. Obviously, I will be modifying this house a bit in the future, but too far. But this is what we got at the moment. And then, so next thing I found out about also with maneuvering the ground. These dudes are a real pain. You'll learn that as well. I actually need to build a house. Not a house, a wall. And that. Actually, one thing to note as well is not exactly with this. Mine your stones. Because you can maneuver the ground, but not with stones, or at least I can't at least. There we go. And now that's the other thing. Now that has just happened. You can dig down the ground with a pickaxe, as I'll show here. And that lowers it a fair bit. But for what I understand, the better option is to do the level ground, I believe it is. Because as you can see there, it lowered it. Now, obviously, you don't want this to be coming through the house. Because obviously, when you're inside the house, you don't really want to have the ground coming through. Because obviously, if you do have the ground coming through your floors, it's not going to look the nicest. And so, speaking about floors and walls and such now then, rain. This is a big thing, and you'll obviously be able to see here. Now, something I learned, I actually looked this up, because as you can see here, some of the wood's brown, and some it's like a blacky green. So, for what I looked up, when the wood turns this blackish green color, it's rotten. Now, I don't know yet if I can repair it. I'll look with the hammer. It doesn't look like there is any way to repair it. So yeah, no, although can we... I don't believe there is a repair button. I'm just going to quickly have a look at this. Can I... Okay, we can't squeeze that in there. Okay. Well, okay. Well, that's something else I'm going to have to look up, is how to repair this stuff. But to my knowledge, when it's like that, it is weak. Yeah, it's weaker, as you can see here. Anyway, well, as you can see here, this one here is yeah, full. This one here is slightly damaged, and this one here is halfway. So how, you might be asking yourself, how do I stop the wood from rotting? You need a roof. I hope I don't have to rebuild this. As is, this is kind of just like my starting house. I probably won't even live here. I want to find some other places because I'm obviously going to have multiple bases. That's another thing everyone needs to do, is have multiple bases. We need to eat. That, there we go. So yeah, you want to make sure you've got a few bases as well, but you want to make sure you get a roof on as soon as you can. Now, obviously it's raining. For what I would recommend is, if it starts to rain, don't build a house. Possibility, if you want to, wait until it rains and then build your house so you don't have the chance of the rain spoiling it. I don't know yet if building a roof on top will prevent the wood from rotting. Although from here, what I can understand, all this wood's rotten, because except for this here, but obviously everything here didn't have a roof, and that did. Even these beams have gone rotten. And now that's the sort of next part, which I found out, because during my stream, well, for anyone that does not know, I'm very into Viking lore and that. I like reading a lot about them. I like knowing a lot of things about those times. And there we go. It has stopped. I don't know if this will dry out or not. I don't think it would. I'll have to just look that up. I don't want to watch any videos about it really, unless I really have to. But as I was saying in it, that Vikings used to do these things like this, and what they would actually end up sort of doing is they'd have their beams pretty much like this. I don't know if we can do this. Actually, yeah, easier way to do this. We'll do it outside. So everyone can see. Won't be able to do that then. But pretty much how I've seen Viking houses always built is like this. And that's like they turn these around. Don't know what's going on there. And then they do stuff pretty much like this. Get this last bit in. And then pretty much, we actually haven't got all of it in yet. Hold on. And then what they'd end up doing is putting this in. Trying to see where it is to rotate. There it is. Stuff like this. Now what if we can get this to, there we go, that's nice. Okay. And that's something we'll talk about in a moment as well. So that's what I was talking about in the stream, is that like that's how Vikings, I've seen how they used to make their houses. They'd have perhaps like the trees crossed over, and that would be used as their support. Now, as I'm building my roofing up here, no, actually, no, it wasn't the roofing, it was the floors. And as you saw back there, these bits here turn red. So if it goes red, you can't build anything on top of it or next to it, I found out. Because then that's how I found about the floor part. If anyone would like to watch my stream, it is on Twitch. You can find me at same name as my channel. But I was digging this house, digging underneath the house, trying to fix up the land in it, and it completely broke. I was very annoyed because I didn't realize it until I did realize that that's what I should have been doing. As it is, I've got a fair bit to fix up underneath there. I still might do that now as I'm talking about it. But point still being, the house was completely demolished essentially, And it's really cool to watch the houses in this destroy themselves pretty much. But nonetheless, that's something you do not want. And even with these, if you... They still might. Yes, as you can see there, if I put that on... Okay, it doesn't destroy it. Normally it did. Oh well. But they weren't going across because I didn't have these here. These parts underneath here. Because when I found out that the walls needed a bit of structural support like these beams I have. Also, I found out I made this 9x6. I was trying to make it a 10x6. But once I realized I need to have beams in here, I started building the beams, but then obviously I didn't build them right because I was building them across first, not the up and then across. So they started breaking still. So that's one thing you need to do. And now this design I did kind of like more the Skyrim sort of thing. I have seen some movies and pictures of Viking houses like this. I'm going to have like a campfire right in the middle here. I'm wanting to have. Hopefully if it's structurally supported. I'm actually going to be rebuilding this not actually completely, but building it out a little bit further. Although I may, honestly, I still might end up rebuilding this. Trying to get the floor perfect. Because you need stone. But I should be able to do that. But nonetheless, that's something you want as is flat ground. Obviously, because if that slightly is not right, it won't work. And obviously you want these beams for support. And not only that, they just look awesome. But let's face it, that does look awesome. Like you get to walk through here and have these perhaps reasonably big beams. So yeah, always put your beams in. Now there are obviously a few ways you can do it, like I was showing, where it's like this out here. I believe that should still work. I think if you're doing something like that, you'd be trying to do what I am doing in here, where it's like, well, I'll just try and show. If I can get that to attach. It's a little bit finicky, the building. I didn't like the building at first, and then I kind of got used to it. But anyway, I think everyone can understand how I'm trying to have that. I'm actually probably going to have to go up on the roof. Do we have stairs? Oh yeah, we do here. Okay, we'll hold that thought now, and we can go up here and I can actually physically show. And trying to see its placement there. I kind of stuffed that one up, but oh well. Can we... Okay, well maybe we can't stand up here. I thought we could have. Well, there we go. We're on the beams at least. So, what you're going to want to do is perhaps have it like this. What was that? Oh, you... Put this in... As his first time base building in this, like a proper base in that. Having it like this, and then obviously you're going to have to put another... What? What? Okay, we're going to have to deal with this dude. He's just being a real pain, he is now. You're destroying my video, dude. Trying to do a quick build video. I'd say quick, but it's been like 15 minutes now. There we go. But yeah, that's essentially what you'd want to do for this. I haven't actually done it obviously myself, but maybe what you could do is put... Actually, we'll just test this out, because that's what I might have to do if I fully rebuild this. Because these should snap So they do snap there. Okay, so they don't snap in those corners. But they sure do snap here. Although one thing we could try is put one of these down here. And can we get these two snaps? Okay, there we go. Okay, well then that's good. I actually think that might actually even be better. Yeah, okay, that's what you're going to want to do. Because obviously you can see here that's slightly out here. But then here, that looks very nice. Very nice indeed. It's very smooth looking. Well, actually, that there might be how I might be doing my my actual base. Then I might actually end up doing a video. Might be coming out on how to build a simple sort of Viking house. But anyway, but yeah, as is, I think that's all I should have to cover. As is, if I do release that video of how to build like this a proper base sort of thing, that will be in there. Hopefully. Also, if you want to have the best walls, I found out that don't decay is stone. That apparently never decays. So if you're going to be wanting to build a nice base, make it out of stone because it should not rot. But yeah, just go over it quickly. Flat ground, support beams, and a roof to stop it everything from rotting, from the wood from rotting. Those are pretty much your main things. You're gonna the basics of building a base house thing in this. But anyway, other than that, I hope everyone has enjoyed. And yeah, as is, hopefully I can get that video done of how to build these actual base. Probably that I'll be testing stuff out, same sort of thing. But as is, we'll figure that out next time. Anyway, hope everyone has enjoyed, and see everyone next time.